Yo, welcome to the channel. In this video today, we're going to be going over daily crafting writs and are they worth doing them. I've done them for 7 days straight on 11 characters, and I'm going to show you what I got, what materials I got, and how much I potentially made. So, daily crafting writs, if you don't know what they are, they're basically you get from these. You get from these little boards. You can find them in just about any city. Um, One of them will hold, there's two boards. One will hold jewelry, blacksmithing, woodworking, and clothing. The other one, which is over here in Davin's Watch, will hold alchemy, provisioning, and enchanting. So, that's pretty much all there. What you do is that you'll craft a few items, you'll go turn them in, and if you will get gold. Now, doing this, it is good to have gilded fingers. Because gilded fingers is a difference. If you have this ranked up, you'll get around 5.1k, where if you don't, you'll get 5.6. So that's 500 gold. It makes a difference. It really does make a difference overall through time. But if you're just needing gold, like that extra 4k, it's not going to be that big of a difference. But it is worth having. Now, for these characters, they're all set up the exact same way on the level. They're all max rank in just about everything and all their crafting stuff. Now, minor hireling, do not sleep on these. These are amazing, and the reason why I have a lot of raw mats as it is, because throughout the week on 11 characters, you will get silk, you will get ore, and you'll get wood. And that can range from you getting 3 to 10 pieces per character per mat. Now, you can also get enchanting and provisioning, but I'm not really going to go over those too much. I mean, they give you good stuff. Sometimes you can get a Cuda, but I don't think I got a Cuda at all this week from that. So, in provisioning, you get Purveyor Juice, Frost Mirrors, which are really nice, but me personally, I don't know how much they sell for, so I didn't bother to put them in the total. So, but you can get those as well. I'm just not very good. I know some provisioning mats sell pretty good, but personally, I don't know off the top of my head. So I just didn't go with it. So, with all this being said, let's go ahead. Just doing the writs, or the daily crafting writs themselves, I ended up with 454,701 gold from doing them on 11 characters. Now, when you turn them in, you get ornate pieces. You can sell those, you get more gold, so you will get more than 5.1k normally. For the most part, I've gotten anywhere between 5.6 to even 7k. It just depends on if I get lucky hitting an ornate piece that's 160 or champion 150. It just depends. You also get intricate pieces, but I was using those to help rank up other abilities, or my mats, like blacksmithing, clothing, and stuff like that. I would break them down. But you can sell those too for a few hundred gold in guild traders and make more gold that way as well. I just didn't do it because that would involve me using it on a guild trader, and I didn't want to mess with all that. So this was just 7 weeks of me doing this and showing what I would get. Now, from doing these, from turning in my writs and stuff like that, and from the minor hireling, I ended up 25 grain Sullivant, 507 Rubedite Ore, 28 tempering alloys, 30 Dreugh Wax, 62 elegant lining, 441 raw ancestor silk, 28 Cudas, 23 chromium grains, 1 chromium plating. That was a pretty good lucky pull. You won't normally get stuff like that, but it was pretty lucky. 32 Irdium grains. I hope I said that right. 26 Zirconium grains, 27 mastic, 27 rosin, and 654 rough ruby ash. You're not really, the minor hirelings won't really give you Rubedite hide. I don't think I got any this week. So this is what you're going to get. You're going to get Rubedite ore, you're going to get raw ancestor silk, and you're going to get rough ruby ash from the minor hirelings. And they will also give you purple mats. So they're definitely worth having if you're just using this to do this. So now grain Sullivants, they usually sell for about 120 each, and I've got 25, which is about 3k. It's not a whole lot. Rubedite ore stacks themselves, I have enough for 2 stacks, so I really wouldn't even worry about this one right here. I just throw it back in my bag. So the 400 that I got here, Rubedite ore stacks are going to sell for 5. The lowest I saw was 5.6k. So that would be 11.2k for these 2 stacks if they sold. Now you can refine them and hope to get more tempering alloys, or you could just sell them as is. It's really up to you. But the tempering alloys are 28. They're extremely cheap, which is why fully stacks of this stuff is going for cheap as well. And they're only like 3.5k. This is, keep in mind, prices for this are all PS4 NA. I will say that. So at 28, at 3.5k a piece. I ended up with 98k. Dreugh Wax. Dreugh Wax is a little bit expensive, or is probably going for the most out of all the gold mats that are not jewelry. Uh, and it was going for 6k. That was the lowest I saw, so I've got 30, so that was 180k. Elegant lining, I have 62. Those are 225 each. Was the cheapest I saw, so that was 13,950. Stacks, I only have enough for 2 here, so we can throw that 41 back. The raw ancestor silk stacks sell for about 10k a stack, so that's just 20k. Kudas at 28, 4.5k a piece was the lowest, so that was 126k. Chromium Grains 23, they're selling for 7.5k each, so that's 172,500. Chromium Platings 75k was the low end. Irdium Grains, I'm gonna be honest with you, I did not see a single Irdium Grains in the trader. But I did see Irdium Plating, and they were at 8.5k each. And I have enough. You need 10 of the grains to make a plating. I have enough for 3. So I have 3 platings, technically, once I refine them, and they're at 8.5k each, so that's 25.5k. Zircon Grains, I have 26, and they're 4k each. That was 104k. Now, if you want to refine these and sell those as platings, you can. They're usually like 30k each on the low end. But platings tend to set longer than grains. Grains will sell faster than platings. Keep that in mind. Mastic, I have 27. They're at 650 each. They are the most expensive out of the purple mats, at least on my server. So that was 17,550. Rosin at 27. The lowest was 5.3k each. That was 143,100. And then I ended up with 654 rough ruby ash. So we can throw the 54 back because we only have enough for 3 stacks to sell, and they are roughly 7k a stack, so 21k. So with all this taken into consideration, if I was to sell all this as is, like it is, that is roughly 1,010,800 gold that I just made for doing this in 7 days. With the minor hireling and everything, you gotta keep that in mind. Without the minor hireling, this will drop probably to around 900,000. So if you're in a guild with a trader, after guild fees and everything else, you're probably looking at around 970,000 selling this stuff. So that's still a lot of gold just for 7 weeks of doing this. It took me 40 minutes with 11 characters. No, it wasn't that big of a deal. Plus, so now if you add in the gold that I made in general, that comes up to a grand total of 1,465,501 gold. So, and I also got writs. But I do my writs because I'm trying to get the attunables, so I didn't even factor those into the price. Alchemy writs sell good. You can usually sell like a 2-5 alchemy writs for 2k a piece because people use those to level. So I mean, you take that in consideration, that's quite a bit. Enchanting are okay. Jewelry aren't really worth. The blue ones are pretty good, but unless you hit a high gold or a high purple, they're not. I don't know. They're really not worth. So it just depends on if you're lucky or not. So you get a lot of ornate pieces as well that you can sell. That's going to play a factor in your price. Intricate pieces, you can keep those and sell those for about 300 a piece in guild traders as well. So that's going to increase your profit. You got writs and stuff like that. But one of the biggest ones that you're going to get is your surveys. I ended up with a ton of surveys, as you can see here, throughout alchemy, blacksmithing, clother, enchanter here, jewelry, woodworking. So I got quite a bit of surveys for doing these. And each one of these, the enchanters they're fickle. You won't always get a Kuda. But clothers, you're going to usually get about 150 ancestor silk and about 100 Rubedite hide in those. So blacksmithing, you're usually going to get a full stack, or you're going to get close to a full stack of blacksmithing. Alchemy, it's just whatever. They're flowers. I'm not too keen on how much those sell for, personally. Jewelry, you're going to get around a full stack of platinum dust if you do that. Which platinum dust, the stack will sell for around 22k a full stack. Woodworking, you're going to get around same thing. You're going to get close to a stack of woodworking for doing these surveys. I was thinking about doing it and then just showing that way, but I know there's that rumor that some of the surveys, if you do one, it will take them all. I know they fixed a couple areas, but not all of them has been fixed, and I don't necessarily know where all of them are. So I was just like, you know what? I'll just show the surveys I got and just leave it at that until I know for a fact that that's fixed. Because it would really suck to be doing the woodworking in Western Skyrim, have 6 there, and then do 1, and then the other 5 disappear. Because that would put me out of 1,000, or at least 800 Rubedite hide. Or not Rubedite hide, but Rubedite wood. Rough ruby ash. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. You know, that put me out of 800. So I just figured I'd leave that alone until that's fixed. So doing your daily crafting writs, yes, they're worth. I have 11, you know, these were just 11 characters. They're all set up the same way. Do not sleep on the stuff that you get from Minor Hireling. It can definitely help out in the price. And like I said, doing this for a week, I pretty much made $1 million just for a week in doing this. In mats, materials, and just basic gold. Basic gold, I got around, like I said, I got 400k, 450k. Mats, and price-wise, I got close to $1 million in mats just for doing this for 7 days. So, yes, do your daily crafting writs. Yes, they're worth it. And that's all this video is about. So, I just want to show you because I've seen a lot of comments about it. Is this really worth it? How much you get? What? I just wanted to show y'all what you could potentially get and what you can make and earn from doing this. I'm going to leave a spreadsheet of all this stuff in the comment section and what I got and what you potentially make as well if you don't really feel like watching the whole video. So, until next time, take care, have fun.